What's up, y'all? Brandon with BC Talks here. So, a couple weeks ago, I was at my local comic book shop picking up my new comic book day books, and the LCS had recently restocked their dollar bins. Now, obviously, their dollar bins you can get books for $1, but they also have a deal where if you pick up 50 books, you can get them for $25. So that comes out to 50 cents a book. And of course, I picked up a stack of 50. So let's see everything that I got in today's video. Before we get started, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel for more comic book and pop culture talk. And I put out a community post a couple days ago on this. But if you didn't see the community post and you're watching this video, you would have been confused either way. But obviously, we did not have the first Whatnot show today. I really wanted to do it, but unfortunately, there was some unforeseen circumstances that led to some logistical issues with having the show today. So I wasn't able to work it out for today. However, I did push the show back a couple of weeks, so it will now be same time, same day, Sunday at 4 p.m., but it's going to be Sunday, the 12th of November. So in a couple weeks from now. And, it was unfortunate we weren't able to have the show today, but the silver lining is that there will be a lot more books that I can add to the show because, there's going to be an extra couple weeks. So there'll be a lot more variety for y'all if you were looking for all different kind of books. And if you haven't signed up for Whatnot already, make sure you use my link down in the description. You'll save $10 off your first purchase. And it doesn't just have to be with me; it can be with anybody on Whatnot. But if you use that link and you come to the first show, you could pick up a few books for free. So make sure that you use that link if you haven't already signed up for Whatnot and bookmark the show, which is now going to be again Sunday, the 12th of November at 4 p.m. All right, so like I said in the beginning of the video, my LCS has a deal where if you pick up 50 books from the dollar bin, you can get the stack for $25. So that comes out to 50 cents a book, obviously. I wasn't good at math in school, but I can do that. And this first one that I got is an interesting book that you don't see in a lot of halls often. This is Mystic number 15. Now you might be saying, Brandon, this is like classic dollar bin fodder. When you're flipping through dollar bins, you see these 90s small indie publisher, weird covers all the time. Why did you pick up this random indie 90s book? Well, this one is interesting. This is actually the first unofficial appearance of Harry Potter in a standard comic book. It also has unofficial appearances from multiple other characters from different companies as well. But the big one is Harry Potter. And it's a debated appearance because obviously it wasn't licensed. He wasn't licensed to be in this series. I think they just kind of put him in it without asking permission. So it is the first appearance of Harry Potter in a comic book, but it is unofficial because obviously they didn't have the license for Harry Potter. But this book actually, you might say, why do you have it in a Mylar? Why do you have the 90s Indies book in a Mylar? Well, I think I'm actually going to get this one graded because this book actually commands a pretty high price tag in a 9.8. I'm going to put it up on the screen. 9.8s go for like anywhere upwards of $140. So, and this is a really good copy. So to flip a 50-cent dollar bin find into if I could get a 9.8, that would be pretty cool. And I know a lot of people like Harry Potter. I never really got into Harry Potter, but I know a lot of people do like Harry Potter. So, and especially since the game came out last year and blew up the world, and they're looking to make a new series. I think that would be a really good uh, book to get in a 9.8 if I can, and it looks really good. I don't have that much experience with grading, but it looks good to me. I think it could be a candidate for a 9.8, if not at least maybe a 9.6 or 4. Obviously, you want that 8, but I could put it in a 9.8 pre screen and find out without having to sink the total cost to get it graded. But yeah, that's a really interesting book. Usually you flip past indie these indie 90s books, and I'm not really sure what made it catch my eye. I was just flipping through books, and the cover kind of caught my eye, and I looked it up, And yeah, I was very surprised to see it actually had any significance whatsoever. So, an interesting book there. This next one is Adventures of Superman number 424. This is the change from Superman to Adventures of Superman. It's also the first appearance of Cat Grant and Samuel Lane. Samuel Lane is obviously Lois Lane's father, and then Cat Grant is a kind of like a gossip reporter. And Cat Grant and Samuel Lane recently appeared in the My Adventures with Superman animated show on HBO Max, which if you're a DC fan and you're not watching that show, you definitely should watch it. I think they do a really great job of capturing what the essence of what it means to be Superman in that show. And Cat Grant and Samuel Lane. Samuel Lane has a much bigger role than Cat Grant does. She's kind of like a minor character. Um, Samuel Lane actually has a pretty big role in that show. So this is an interesting book to have the first appearance of that. It also, if you see down in the corner, I'll just put my hand on it. If you see down in the corner, it is one of those Twin Towers covers. You can see them in the bottom corner there. And I collect, covers that have the Twin Towers on them, so that's going to go in that collection. And it's also written by Marv Wolfman, who's one of my favorite writers. So a pretty good book for my collection there. This next one is Superman number 17. I actually already have this book, and as you can see, I put the sticker on there, so it's going to be going in the Whatnot sale. This is the second appearance of Silver Banshee. Now, Silver Banshee, speaking of the My Adventures with Superman show on HBO Max, she does appear in that show as well. So a lot of My Adventures with Superman love early in this haul, but she is she is in my opinion, she's an underrated Superman villain. I think she should be used a lot more, and she has been getting a lot more rub recently. As I mentioned, she was in the My Adventures with Superman show in on HBO Max, and she has also appeared pretty prominently in the new Superman ongoing comic from DC. She is Jimmy Olsen's girlfriend now. So that's it. They have an interesting little relationship going on in the comics. So she's been getting a lot more rub recently. So maybe look out for Silver Banshee keys. Maybe she might have a more prominent role moving forward in DC. This next one's another Superman book. It's not a key, but it is. I have a collection. I've talked about this before, kind of like love, marriage covers, kiss covers, things of that nature. Not romance books, but romance kind of covers, romancy covers. So that one will go in that collection. Not a key there, but an interesting cover. This next one is another collection book. It's Justice League Europe number 13, and which is not a key. I also have 14, which is not a key. And actually, I have both of these already, so I am going to be selling those. I swapped them out and I'll sell them. This next one, I talked about this one before in a haul. I think I picked this up before. This is Guy Gardner number 1. It was later retitled to Guy Gardner Warrior after issue number 16, and it's a continuation of a 3-issue limited series, Guy Gardner Reborn. So there was a mini series that led into this series, which was later retitled to Guy Gardner Warrior. And obviously, I talked about this before, and I made a video on it as well on the channel. But Nathan Fillion, who is a friend of James Gunn, is going to be playing Guy Gardner in the new Superman Legacy movie and the DCU moving forward. So, if you see any Guy Gardner keys, you might want to pick those up just for a little spec. I really like Nathan Fillion. I think he's a good choice for Guy Gardner. I think he plays that kind of cocky, suave character really well. He kind of did that in the last Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I said this before in a video, but I think that was basically his James Gunn's like a soft audition for Guy Gardner, the character he played in Guardians of the Galaxy. This next one is The Thing number 27. This is the first appearance of Sharon Ventura, who later becomes the second Ms. Marvel. This is going to go in the spec pile. It's not, huge spec, obviously. It's the second Ms. Marvel. She's not that big of a character, but you never know. We could see her in the MCU. The Marvels is coming out in a couple weeks. I highly doubt she'll be in the movie, or really we'll see her anytime soon because we already have, Monica Rambeau We already have Captain Marvel, obviously Carol Danvers. We already have Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel. So to add another Captain Marvel related character would be kind of wild. But you never know. So we'll throw that in the spec pile just in case. This next one is going to be for sale on the Whatnot show. This is Hawkeye #2. This is the origin and new costume design of Hawkeye. So he gets a new costume in this, and they also retell his origin. And I actually have issues 2 through 4. So if you're looking to collect the miniseries, bookmark the Whatnot show because I'll be putting up issues 2 through 4 on there. I don't have issue 1. I've been looking for it for a while, but I can't seem to come upon it ever. But I do have issues 2 through 4. So I'll have those up on the Whatnot show if you're looking to, if you already do have issue #1, or if you're looking uh, to pick up that mini series. This next one is a cover buy for me. This is Avengers Spotlight #23. It's not a key, but it's just a really cool cover with White Vision there, looking like a movie star, and he's got the Hollywood. I really like these kind of interesting covers like this with all the different colors and the stars. It's a lot going on, but I like it. This next one is Avengers West Coast #51, so another Avengers book. It's pretty cool. Look at that floating heads cover. I gravitate towards the floating heads covers, but you see the sticker on there, so that's gonna be in the Whatnot show. I do already have this book, so I swapped it out, and I'll be selling this one. This one is the origin of Master Pandemonium, and how he exchanged his soul to Mephisto to be made whole after a car accident. So Mephisto's always doing deals with people for their souls, so that's in this book. This next one is another Avengers West Coast. This is 52. This is the origin and death of Tommy and Billy Maximoff, obviously Scarlet Witch's children, and it's explained that they were manifestations of Wanda's mind combined with missing pieces of Mephisto. So kind of what we got in the WandaVision show, except they didn't have Mephisto in the WandaVision show. A lot of people, it was a kind of a meme going around when WandaVision came out that Mephisto was going to be in the WandaVision show. That's kind of what that's kind of basically the story of this comic book. So that's what a reason why a lot of people thought um that Mephisto might be in the WandaVision show, but he wasn't. They kind of teased us a little bit, but he wasn't. But that was going in the collection, in the Avengers West Coast collection, because I don't have that one. Now 53, I do have this one, so I'll be selling it. It's not a key, but I will be selling that one as well. This next one is Union #1. This is another 90s classic, 90s foil, kind of shiny book here from Image. Obviously, it's the first appearance of Union, who is an alien member of Stormwatch. Now, Stormwatch, I talked about this before, but Stormwatch was an Image series that ran for a while, and some of the characters from Stormwatch spun off into the Authority, and the Authority was later bought by DC Comics, and the Authority is now going to be apparently the antagonists of James Gunn's DCU, and they're going to be in the Superman Legacy movie that's coming up from James Gunn. So I don't think Union is going to be in it though, because Union was not part of the Stormwatch move into the Authority, at least not to my knowledge. I'm not super familiar with the series, but I don't believe that he was part of had anything to do with Stormwatch. But maybe if one of y'all are more familiar, you can correct me on that. This next one is going in. This is run filler for my Chris Claremont Uncanny X-Men run. A little newsstand there, and a cool cover with Mr. Sinister. It is not a key though, but it's a cool Mr. Sinister cover, and that'll go in my Claremont Uncanny X-Men run. This next one is a key, just a minor key though. It's New Mutants #53. This is the death of Warlock, that guy on the cover there, the yellow guy, not Adam Warlock. And it's the first printing. There was a second printing, which was the background was kind of like goldish red. So the first printing is blue, which is this one, and it's a little newsstand as well. And obviously you see the sticker, so that or sticker there, so that's going to be in the Whatnot show. It's also a Rob Liefeld cover and art as well. You can see the signature down there. So any Rob Liefeld fans, if you're looking to pick that up, swing through the show. I really like those New Mutants, the New Mutant covers. There's a lot of really cool covers in the New Mutants run. Um, this next one I talked about before. This is, and I picked it up when I picked up all those, when I picked up that big run from the Dying Comic Book Shop a while back, of Teen Titans and Justice League America. This is the New Teen Titans Drug Awareness #3. It's the Keebler Company version, and this is the $1 cover price version. So you can see there that's the $1 on there. I picked up the one that is the no cover price version, so it doesn't have the dollar on the cover. It's just blank there. Um, so there's two different versions of this. So now I have both versions of it. So that will go in the collection as well, the Teen Titans collection. This next one is Doom Patrol and Suicide Squad #1. It's a little special, and these are two DC teams that I really enjoy: the Suicide Squad and the Doom Patrol. The Doom Patrol show, speaking of HBO Max, if you're not haven't watched the Doom Patrol show on HBO Max, it's really good. They actually just brought back the last season, if I'm not mistaken. Or was the last episode? I can't remember. I think it's the last season. I didn't finish the previous season, so I finished seasons 1 and 2, and then I believe season 3 just came out, or maybe season 4. I can't remember. But I really do like the Doom Patrol show. I need to finish that last season, and obviously, Suicide Squad. James Gunn's remake of the Suicide Squad kind of revamped the Suicide Squad a little bit. So, an interesting book there. These next ones, this is a set. This is the Crimson Avenger numbers 1, 2, 3. That is a interesting cover there with the KKK member, and then 4. And now, the Crimson Avenger was the first, if you don't know, the Crimson Avenger was the first masked superhero in DC Comics. He appeared before Batman. He was made before Batman. So Crimson Avenger, he appeared in DC, or not DC, Detective Comics #20, which came out in October of 1938. And then Batman came out 7 issues later. Obviously, everyone knows Detective Comics #27, the year following, in 1939. So Crimson Avenger predates Batman by almost a year, like 8 months or so, and 7 issues. So this is a pretty big legacy character for DC, who you don't see a lot these days. They should bring back the Crimson Avenger in kind of like a pulp series. That'd be really interesting to see, because he's a pretty seminal character to the DC lore. He was the first masked superhero in DC. Obviously, Superman was the first hero, but he didn't have a mask. But he's a pretty he's one of the founding characters of DC Comics. But people don't really know anything about him. But that's the miniseries. That'll be up for sale. There's no keys in it, but I will be having the miniseries up for sale on the Whatnot show. This next one is Gem, Son of Saturn, #1. This is the first appearance of Gem, Son of Saturn, who's an ally of Martian Manhunter. Again, this will just be a small little spec for the DCU, because you never know. We might see him in a minor role, or you never know, they might give him a bigger role. Um, James Gunn tends to give minor characters big roles, so you never know. We'll see. And then this last book is Evangeline, swimsuit book. This is another classic '90s indie book here, that you would see in Dollar Bin Fodder, and it's kind of like it just has a bunch of pinups of swimsuits of the character, and then this model here as well. Nothing racy or nude in here, just swimsuit stuff. Um, so that was kind of just to fill out the 50 books. So that's everything that I picked up at my LCS in this little 50 cent, 50 book haul here. Editor Brandon from the future here. So obviously that was not 50 books. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I am not good at math. I had set aside about half of the books before I started filming to catalog them, because they are just run filler for my Justice League and Teen Titans Marv Wolfman runs. So I set them aside, and I forgot to pick them up when I was filming the video. And somehow, during the course of filming the video, I didn't realize that that was obviously not 50 books. But to be honest, I have a picture of them up on the screen. The books, they're just run filler for Justice League and Teen Titans, the new Teen Titans run. So nothing too major. Everything you saw in the video was pretty much all the good stuff from the haul. Let me know down in the comments below what your favorite pickup was. I think I got some really good covers and maybe a little minor spec as well, and some books to sell in the Whatnot show. But make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you like and subscribe for more comic book and pop culture talk. And use my link down in the description. If it's your first time signing up on Whatnot, you'll save $10 off of your first purchase. And make sure you bookmark the show, which again is now going to be November 12th, Sunday at 4 p.m. And I will see y'all another day.